Well, first intern checked in. Time to lock another casualty. Success story.
You're watching Damage Industries Corporate TV. Dicked. It's what you get.
The following show has been rated C for chaos, creativity, and caffeine. Lots and lots of caffeine. Well, hello there, fam. Welcome into episode 2 of Creative Free Flow. Zipper Knock Frankenstein. Welcome back. It is good to see you again. Welcome in. Alfie, good morning. Sis, good morning. Oli, good morning. Welcome in, fam. This is going to be a fun one today. Today we are going to be designing the one, the only Dick Charming. That's right, for the next 3 hours, you all get to sit here live on stream and watch me draw Dick. And yes, I'm going to be telling that joke all day, so brace yourselves. Just thought everybody should know ahead of time. Let me go ahead and jump in, fam, and say hello properly. There we go. Oh, darn. I know. Zipper, right? It's good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome. This is a moment that I have been waiting for a while. Since we have begun doing character busts and all that, and I have been advancing my... I don't understand why this wouldn't start back up. There we go. We are going to be designing Dick Charming. I'm going to also show you the mock-up I did for Stanton as the mage, which is absolutely hysterical. It'll be a bit before we get to that. But what I want to do, fam, is so I can start testing sizes, art styles, things like that with the tiles and all that we're building. We've got to get this character done. And honestly, fam, I am chomping at the bit. Because here's what is going to happen. This is how this part of it is going to play out. Basically, what I am going to do is Dick Charming's father is King Richard, also known as our Richard. All right, it's the same. It's basically going to be the same person. So Dick Charming that we end up developing and designing is going to also have a direct effect on the final design for Richard himself. But we'll get there, fam. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Sent what earlier, too?
Holy molies. Get your holes blessed.
Indeed. All holes have now been blessed. Nope, King Richard. It will be King Richard. We'll save the name Dickard for something else. You sent that hi twice. Oh, before the stream started?
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
And Princess, thank you so much for the renewal. Where are we at? Let's see. 67 months. Love, thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Is it? Everybody, please jump into chat and wish our beloved Fairy Princess a happy birthday. Fairy Princess, happy birthday. Any fun plans for today or the weekend or anything like that? Or are you all just going to kind of chill? Go to work? Oh, Princess, I'm sorry to hear that. Just some bubbly. A little bit of cherry bubbly. It's what I drink most of the time. I either drink coffee or water. You weren't really hanging with us at this point yet, but about a year ago, a little bit better now, actually, I really focused on getting my weight under control and dropped a bunch of it. And one of the biggest things I did was just take down any kind of sugary drink, whether it's natural sugar like a juice or something like that, or something like a soda or otherwise, taking myself down to just one a day. The rest of the time, I just drink coffee and water. Was a major game changer just in and of itself because of how many calories I was sucking down when I drank. It was ridiculous. I drank, you know what it was? I didn't drink a lot of sodas and all that. I drank a lot of juices though. Especially ones that were good for my throat, like pineapple juice and all that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you can overdo it. And I was overdoing it. It was just too much sugar. I also like a lot of natural fruits, things like that. So I get a lot of natural sugar in my diet. So I've got to be careful how much I consume otherwise, basically. But yeah. Oh, Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar. Ooh, nice. And yeah, juice is sneaky. It's good. It's good. But it's sneaky. So I'll just allow myself like one 8 to 10 ounce glass every day. But it has to be natural sugars. I will not touch, I can't touch high fructose corn syrup anymore. Doctor had concerns, so no more of that. It actually, you know what it is? It actually causes me, it works like heavy salts and all that. It causes me to retain a lot of water, actually, which is really bad for like your heart and all that. So since we know that's one of the causes, we just avoid it now. It's actually not that hard, especially now that even like a lot of the sodas and all that are getting away from it. It's making life easier. Not as good as you wanted? Yes, Princess, I have heard so much about strawberry and cream Dr. Pepper. All we've got to do, like I said, all we've got to do is get the real sugar versions. I don't have a problem with soda. It's just the high fructose corn syrup I can't have. I really wanted to get my hands on some of the Summer Freeze Mountain Dew that they released up in Canada because it was real sugar. I can only imagine what that tasted like too. The high fructose corn syrup version was really good. I bet the real sugar version just knocked it out of the park because that's what those flavors were engineered for. Like a real sugar, like Freezy Pop. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. Fam, by the way, what you are listening to right now is music that we would not normally listen to at this time of day. But one of my side pet projects got a real kick yesterday. And I'm going to explain to you all just a little bit of what happened before we dive into the art today. I have been working on a side project for lo-fi music because I love lo-fi. I love working to it. I love listening to it in the backgrounds of streams and all that. You can use it to basically craft a groove. But the reason I didn't just run into Suno and just dump a bunch of prompts in and say, go for it, is because that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to craft different playlists and different vibes for different times of day, including the times we don't stream, because I wanted to release albums that you all could enjoy, use in the background of your own streams, use it to listen and jam out while you're working, whatever the case may be. So whatever the time of day is, it's designed for that. It's designed for art and creativity and just being able to work along with it in general, whether it's office work or administrative work or otherwise. Here's where things got interesting yesterday. All right, because I wanted to add this in because this is basically a thank you and an apology because I wasn't able to get the music store launched as quickly as I wanted to. So I wanted to be able to give you some extra music. Well, some is a relative term in this case. Yesterday, in one day, and granted, I had already done all of the prep work. All of the prompts were written and ready to go, everything. I had crafted literally every single album to be in a certain pattern and be in a certain style. I wrote successfully about 90 songs yesterday. And no, I'm not kidding. It didn't get more difficult until the final album because it was a bit more of a concept album and it was having a tougher time with the prompts. But the way we had crafted the prompts, Suno was hitting it out of the park almost every single time. And in some cases, I would get 2 good lo-fi songs. So what I did yesterday was I finished them off, made sure that all the songs were done basically and written and produced. I've downloaded them all already, and the first 2 albums have already been mastered, and that's what you're listening to right now. The one we're listening to presently is the one I would usually play first thing in the morning. The one we're going to hear after this is the one that usually would play late morning. The ones I still have yet to master, I have one, of course, for the afternoon. We have one called Evening Wind Down. We have one called Night Shift. And then I did a bonus album. This was something I've always wanted to play around with a bit, called Colors of the Night, which is designed to be a very dreamy, sleepy, that kind of thing. And they're all done. It's just a matter of me getting them produced and getting the artwork done. The artwork will be relatively easy because we will do a base artwork, and then we're going to just change the colors and the shading depending on which album you're listening to. But fam, that's what you're listening to right now. It will move into our usual soundtrack as well a little bit later on in the stream. But in the meantime, fam, enjoy the music, and you will be able to, basically all the members will be able to get this very soon, within the next couple of weeks. I plan to have this all up there started and rolling. And once the lo-fi launches, then I'm going to start releasing all of the other tracks as well. We'll get the artwork finished up for everything else we need to do, and it'll be off to the races. Princess, I'm glad you like it. And let me see, Zipper, I'm sticking to the zero sugar ones. I was completely off soda for a few years. It didn't actually affect my health though. So now you just chill with the no sugar stuff? As long as your body's good with it, you're good. My body has trouble with any of the, what I would call fake sugars, if they're not natural. If they're natural, I can usually have an easier time with it. High fructose, again, is the really bad one. That's the one I have the toughest time with. But some of the other ones, like saccharin and all them, same kind of thing. My body has trouble with those. All the natural stuff, though, like monk's fruit and everything, like we're partnered with One Shot and all that. Monk's fruit sweeteners and all that, fine. It works really well. Speaking of music, I recently learned the cute little Cindy Lou. Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch is now the singer of a rock band. A popular one, I take it? Aside from stuff I'm not making myself. Try to sweeten it, yeah, with like honey and all that. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Fam, are you all ready to see it? I know you can see him a little bit in the corner of the screen, but are you ready to see the full picture, well, the full mock-up anyway of Dick Charming? Here we go. Up to the art screen. Now, fam, keep in mind this is just the mock-up. We will give him our own personal flavor as we go. But for those of you that remember what Richard looks like on the Intern Initiative merch and all that, this is Richard's future. Still have that part of the hair, but have some craziness. This character is actually designed to look like his son. We're going to be doing his son before we redo Richard. You see how nonplussed he looks? That's how he's going to look through the whole game. Now, for funsies, I also designed a character number 2, the next main character you meet after Dick. And that's Demaged, who's going to be played by our very own Stanton Demansky. So I worked up those mock-ups as well. She's the singer for Oh, the Pretty Reckless. Freaker, good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. I will have to check that out and see what she looks like now. Fam, here's what Demage is going to look like. I hope you all like the hat. Doesn't he look like a smart-ass wizard? As soon as I started doing, this is how the game is going to go. When I was telling everybody it's going to be a highly comedic top-down RPG, I was not kidding. And this art style is going to actually make everything we're doing a bit easier because it's bigger, bolder lines. I'm not going to say there's not going to be detail or work put into that because there very much will be. But this art style is going to allow us to do actually more art and some more assets that maybe we wouldn't be able to do otherwise if we were trying to do something that was extra detailed. But my art style has fallen into this comic book-like art style that I just love. I've been rocking out learning how to do all this. It's been so much fun. Up until 6 months ago, couldn't do art like this. Couldn't draw, couldn't design. I love learning. I really do. I think you could up his smart-assy look. Thank you, Zipper. Princess. Does it look like a dunce cap? No. No, and we'll put, you know what we'll end up doing, Freaker? We'll put something on the hat to make that happen. Not a dunce cap, of course, but put something else on the hat to keep it from looking that way. But I wanted just a ridiculous looking hat. Like when you, actually, fam, here, let me open him back up real quick, by the way. Because I'm going to need to open this up anyway. Like when you see, this is what Stanton actually looks like, fam. So when you see this, just put that little hat on there. Switch out the jacket and the 80s look for some wizard robes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Reminds me of a personality for a D&D character I heard recently. Oh, sorcerer who casts spells in their sleep. Without giving any spoilers. And it really isn't a spoiler, fam. Because this doesn't give you the context of the joke or anything. But, a sleep wizard? No, because that makes it sound like a Pokemon character. A sleep wizard. Sleep wizard, I choose you. Sleepcraft, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Fam, something I forgot to bring up right at the beginning of the stream real quick. And I'm going to ask everybody to help me spread the word. I'm going to do a couple of small announcements on this too. It has recently been brought to the general streaming community's attention with no announcement that Twitch, and we're not sure what's happening, fam. This may all end up being just fine. Okay, we're hoping. But Twitch has cut their ingest servers in half. If your experience on Twitch lately has been anything but pleasant, a lot of that is why. Now literally, we are literally cut down to half the ingest servers. And for those of you that aren't familiar, those are the servers that we broadcast to, so it can go out to all of you and you're able to watch us. But it has caused some problems for some, depending on where you are in the country or in the world. All right, there have been some lag problems, things like that. A lot of people have been calling out and suggesting that you refresh on the regular. There are some concerns about what is actually happening with Twitch. I will not get into that here, but here's what I will tell you, okay? If something were to happen where we were not able to stream to Twitch, either because of technical issues or something happening with the platform itself or otherwise, we will continue to live stream. We will just do it directly to YouTube on the DICR radio channel. Okay, the stream that we're actually broadcasting on right now, that channel, will continue to live stream over there. So in the event that something goes sideways and something that I don't want to happen happens, that's where we will be. That's where you'll be able to find us. Okay, but again, fam, please be aware of that. If your experience on Twitch has not been the same over the last few days, there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that. And we're not sure what's going on or why. I have some ideas based on some other things that have come up in the news, but until I have solid official announcements to run on, I'd only be guessing, fam. It does seem stable last night. Justin, the voice actor. We are working on a game, yes. Justin, the voice actor, welcome in. Good to have you here with us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Imagine a sorcerer who casts a random spell every night because they talk in their sleep. Yes. That could be another fun one. That wouldn't be Demage, though. Demage is more of a smartass. He is definitely not Gandalf, I'll tell you that. Cast Fireball, but it's a drink, yeah. Oh my gosh. One thing I was going to say earlier, fam, by the way, and I'm sorry, I got myself a little bit distracted. There we go. I got myself a little bit distracted. There is a character that casts Fireball during the game. And I can say that without giving any spoilers. I will simply say it and let your imaginations run wild until you actually get to play the game. Well, Gandalf was too, but not Stanton level smartass. Stanton's actually, as a character, since I played him in GTA RP, Stanton's actually chilled out a bit too. He's a bit more of a dad type now, and that's because I have enough other smartass characters running around. But he's gonna definitely have his moments in the game. Well, Justin, the best thing to do would be to join in with our Discord if you're interested, because that's where we'll be putting announcements out for artists and for artists and for voice actors, things like that. That's the first place that we're going to be dropping those. Oh no, sis, smart-ass big brother, smart-ass dad. They're not that different. Smartassery is a sliding scale. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I mean, the size of Stanton's scale, honestly, of smartassery is about like this. That's trouble, indeed. Indeed. There we go. Let me find out what is going on with my... Sorry, fam. I'm having a little technical issue over here. There we go. Easily taken care of. There it is. All right. So, fam. We have a dick to draw. So we're going to start working on that. Now, fam, what I'm going to start doing, there are like his whole chest and everything down, that I'll have to do from scratch. There are a couple of things. The hair I'll need to do from scratch as well. However, his general face shape and ear, I can actually go over and grab Arya's and bring it over and use that as a base. Arya's face is actually a lot closer to his than you might realize. And a similar kind of like flappy ear off the side and all of that too. So I think we'll be able to do it that way. And then we'll work on getting everything squared away. So I will actually start. The first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do this hair in the back. Whenever I look at the mock-up, fam, the first thing I figure out is layers. Where are we going to have those layers? What's the game about? This particular game, the one we're working on right now, okay, is what we call Chapter 0. Our main game is going to have 5 chapters in it altogether. Chapter 0 is Demage's Rift. So what's going to happen is our beloved Dick Charming, the character I'm working on right now, is going to be going on an epic quest to try and save his village from Martha the Witch. And many shenanigans ensue from there. RPG with a lot of comedic twists. Comic RPG with a lot of comedic twists. We're doing the whole thing, by the way, in RPG Maker. We're using that as the engine. So it's going to have that top-down view. I'm hoping... Okay, Zipper, while we're on the subject, that's actually a great question. When do we get to play the game? And I have a great answer. I would make the joke and say when it's ready, but that's not exactly true. Original slated date, our original plan, Zipper, was actually first quarter, by end of first quarter, 2026. So actually by this coming March was our original target. When we were given the opportunity to pick up some more artwork that was already done, basically some tiles and all that, and of course we'll modify it to meet our style a bit. But when we picked up the tiles and all that, we talked as a team and decided that we wanted to go a lot farther with the game than originally intended. We are very much falling in love with the concept, something that was meant to be this whole project originally. And I don't know if you were ever around when I talked about this, but originally the whole idea of the project was I was going to build this on the fly. It was going to be Demage's Rift was going to be kind of like a one-off, spontaneously written, like the way a lot of people try to make their first game. That's how I was going to try and make this game. So it would be kind of like this mishmash. The further into it we got, and the more writing we did, and the more writing that Kira did, and we started getting more of Kira's input. Kira's, of course, on the creative team and does a lot of our writing. We realized what we were actually getting into. The other revelation was that my art skills were picking up pace much more quickly than we expected. So we realized that this would be the game to get all of our mistakes worked out on, and that we should go a lot farther with it than we were originally intending. So that's what we're going to do. And when I say work our mistakes out, I mean, you're going to get a whole lot more game, and we'll learn harder lessons so that when we get to the main game, chapter 1 there, we'll have already worked our way through a lot of that. And the intention is, because Demage's Rift is actually going to be a part of the main game as well, any improvements that we make when we start working on chapter 1, 2, and 3, Demage's Rift will also see. So we will continue to update that game as well. One of the bottom lines, and again, Zipper, I don't know if you've heard me say all this before. I apologize if I'm being a broken record. The idea with Demage's Rift is it's going to be an inexpensive little game that we sell in order to raise funds for our main game. I didn't want to do something like, and again, much love to those that do them. There's no shade here. But because our community have had some bad experiences with Kickstarter, I figured the better way to go would be to actually build something to give people some value right off the bat, something they could support, and we can show them where we're going to be going with the main game and the art styles and all of that. And it's something we can update on the regular and include updates for the upcoming game chapters, all kinds of stuff. So it's going to work out really well. It's going to work out almost like an information hub too, which is really cool. Says every game's ever, yeah. You didn't know that fly was going to, be across the ocean. Oh, yeah. You took a 2-year hiatus, so it's a good refresher. Zipper, what? Refresh my memory again. And I'm sorry, I know we talked about this a little bit at least, but what projects were you working on, or what are you working on now? I remember you having mentioned you took a break, but I was trying to remember like what it is you were working on or trying to get like more into. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, we're doing good for time today. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. So what we'll do is we're going to start with the hair back here. This will also help me make sure I get the thickness of the lines and all that taken care of as well. And all we're doing right here, fam, again, just getting basic shapes. I'm going to right click on that, convert that to smooth. Starting back here, fam, by the way, because this is one of the farthest back layers we're going to deal with. Look at that bending in there. Sadly not game dev. Streamer and trying to build a community. Some good with. What oh, you work with Stream for a Cause. So what do you stream now? Let me get the art screen back up, by the way, fam, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's see here. All right, and what we're going to do also, fam, is we're going to get rid of the exterior and just go with an interior for right now. Oh no, I actually do need both.
And no thrashed apple for me. Life sucks.
Indeed. Jaron, how are you? Welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just popping in to say hi. Oh, a busy work day. Lurking, but I'm here. Jaron, thank you so much for the lurk. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love, my friend. We'll have the lo-fi going for you. Oh, and this happened too. I just happened to look down at the right spot, Jared. Or down at the right time, but of course, Twitch's messaging is trying to cover it up. Oh no. There we go. 20 stream streak. Nice, Jared. Very, very nice. Very nice. I'm hoping at some point those messages will pop up in my mix chat. I don't know if Twitch just didn't provide a hook or if... Like, I've never seen software that'll actually show those. All of the software I've tried to use, none of it shows those messages. I've tried 3 different chatbots. I'll have to see if I can find one that'll do that. It's important because I need to be able to see chat from all the platforms. Oh, Justin, saw your message. No worries. If you can still see the announcements and all that, you'll be good. We'll go ahead and convert that to smooth. That's also, okay, these ones we want to keep pointed. Those ones we want squared off because that's part of the... that's just part of the layer. I can actually probably move that point a little bit. Move this out. And all I'm doing, fam, is just grabbing the handles, stretching these out a little bit to help make sure the curves are where they need to be. And then what I need to do here, I need to actually adjust. Let's get back to this. for right now, we're just going to copy these colors over. I have more of the texturing and layering in a little bit later. But I also need that. There we go. Oh, that outline though is going to need to be brought down. All right, Justin, sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for letting me know again. Okay, and this is actually putting that in the middle. We want this to go actually on the outside. We're going to start out right off the bat here, adjusting that curve, because that's not sure what that deal was. We'll just straight. There we go. There we go. His hair is going to be a bit more interesting. I'll have to add in a couple of triangles after the fact for this one. But outside of that, not too bad. Let's go ahead and start working on that hair. I'm going to actually turn the snap off on this, and we're going to trace around here a little bit. I'm going to actually move that curve back for now. Oh. Didn't mean to do that, though.
Emotional support bits received. Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy.
Shani, thank you so much for the bits. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shani, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. I hope all is good with you. We're going to put that there. We will put one actually down here as well. Oops. I didn't mean to do that either. Put that there. Put one up there. We'll bring one to a point right there, which is what we want to do. Then we're going to actually close that off. Then we can start working our way through it and converting them. Kind of antsy. I have doctor's appointments coming up and I'm scared. I know I'm fine though. Oh, it's that little bug in your brain telling you otherwise? I heard that wrong. I thought it said emotional support. Oh. Zipper, oh my gosh. Oh man. I didn't know that was a thing, but I think I need it, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go ahead and start to straighten out this hair here. Something I didn't realize I had done, fam, is I inadvertently made him look a little bit like a Vault Boy in armor. Wasn't my exact intent, of course, but it worked. Let's see if we can get
Breathor's eggs.
Oh.
Freshly laid.
We'll see if we can get his get those handles in the right spot. Grethor, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is one of my favorite songs on this one, fam, by the way. Oh, we're in the late morning one. That's why it picked up a little bit. New playlist, brand new music, fam. First, we're hearing it first time today. And Grethor are doing pretty good. Awesome. Welcome in. Grethor, we are designing Dick Charming. Right now, we're working on the hair layer, of course. Oh, you know what? This one's going to need to be square. Or sharp, I should say. Let's get that down to where it needs to be. Then we're going to go ahead and convert that over to sharp as well. That'll give it that nice inside corner there. Oh. As long as I don't pull the handle where it's not supposed to go anyway. Now this needs just a very slight bend in it to help bring that up to there. So probably going to need to zoom in on this one actually. Just to make sure I get this angle right. Let me turn it this way just a little bit. Just wanted to make sure I didn't forget about that bend that needed to be in there. This one will also need to go sharp. We'll put that right there in the corner, and then we're going to need to put a couple of bends in here. Fam, by the way, just a quick reminder, if you want to follow along with us as we do this, all of the software we use is free. Affinity, which is some best-in-class graphics design software, is now completely free. And we also use, when we're doing video editing, we use DaVinci, which is also available for free. If you have more questions, fam, let us know, but feel free to work alongside us. It will. Kira, how are you? And yeah, and it will be. It will become that way. I mean, it's not going to be one image for everything. Blender is a program I've never worked with. And how do you... Let me look at something here real quick. How do you pronounce your name now? Just make sure where we're at here real quick. What program language would you recommend learning? Oh, to become a game dev? Actually, you know, the person that we would need to answer that question would be Alfie. It's less about, by the way, it's less about what language you learn initially, because different software uses different languages, depending on what game engine you're using. So what I would actually suggest as an approach, as somebody who is in the same boat that I was not that long ago, where you haven't really done much with it or anything with it yet, research the engines first. And if you want to learn to code, if you want to focus on a language or something like that, focus on the language that's going to go along with the engine, because that will get you the farthest. If the main goal is to get the game developed and out there so people can enjoy it, focus on the engine first. Alfie could provide further detail. Alfie's our technical lead. She handles all of our programming and everything, so she could tell you better. But again, from somebody who's just been there, that's what I would suggest. Figure out your engine first. Think about what kind of game you want to create. That's actually the very first thing you need to do. And then start looking at engines that would fill that need. And go with your best option. We wanted to focus more on creativity and writing. And, you know, again, my art skills are just starting to develop and all that. We still haven't there's 2 other artists we're hoping to bring onto the team eventually. There's all kinds of things going on with that. So from a technical scope, going with RPG Maker as an engine makes that a lot easier, because there's not as many hoops that we have to jump through. There's still hoops. They're still very much there, but there's not as many hoops to jump through to get the game produced as there would be with something like Unreal or something like that. I'm quite happy with the engine and what we're going to be able to do with it. It's going to suit the game exactly what we need. After we're done with this game, if we want to do the other chapters in the same engine, or if we want to use something different, that's something we'll discuss as a team. I would like to see all 5 chapters of this project seen all the way through in the same engine. Because what that means is the further along we get, the easier it gets to produce the chapters, and we can focus more on content, less on worrying about the technical nitty-gritties, because we already know how to handle that now. We can also attack projects with more reasonable time frames too. Godot can be used right now with web-oriented languages. That was actually super helpful. I would love to be a super nerdy gamer girl and gamer dev. I'll tell you what, Zipper, if you really want to make a game, please don't ever hesitate to dive in. I'm glad we did. I'm glad I reached out to Elfie and say, hey, you want to make a game? I have this really big idea. I'd really love for you to help me with it. And it wasn't too long before we brought Kira on too. Kira is our other creative powerhouse. I love shouting both of them out all the time because the two of them are wonderful. They really are. They're not the only wonderful members of our team, but they are absolutely outstanding. The things that Kira has gotten into, there's a spreadsheet we keep with all of our ideas and everything that we're going to implement throughout the game. The way Kira has filled that in. And on Elfie's side, she's already fixed 2 problems for me, 2 big ones. I go to Elfie and it's like, these are the conversations I have as a game dev with Elfie, okay? Because Elfie knows, all right? I'll go, Elfie, I really want to create a system where it does this. Is that possible? And she'll go, let me look at it. I'll see what I can do. And within a week or 2, she's got an absolute solution for it. And continues to iterate on it and continues to improve it. Because of her work, by the way, just to give you an idea, because of her work, we're going to be able to change characters all over the place in the game, which is something we wanted to do. So I would think that would help quality continuity too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That's part of what did Duke Nukem in. I think it was 3 different engines by the time they were done. And if you ever played Duke Nukem Forever, you saw the difference in all the different maps that were done with more modern techniques in mind versus ones they wrote way back when they first got started. It was a mishmash. And yes, it's a bit disastrous. It can be a bit disastrous to say the least. Yep, Zipper, again, the place to start. What kind of game do you want to make? And I'll give you another loving it piece of advice that was given to me over and over and over and over again. Keep the scale of it relatively small. That's actually what we're doing with the Mage's Rift. Game 1 is relatively small compared to the size of the games or the size of the chapters we're going to create after this. Even though we've expanded our concept a bit because we want to do more with it and get more into it and give people a bit more value, at the end of the day, this is still a smaller game. But we'll have all of our kinks worked out. We'll have a really fun game by the end of it. And we'll be prepped and ready for Chapter 1. I'm a dev, but never was oriented to game programming, but was curious. So over the years, I've made a lot of small experiences that taught me a lot. Not only about game development, but also programming itself. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And Kira, RPG Maker, I meant to read this earlier, fam. RPG Maker does a lot of the coding for you, but it's limited. Unreal Engine is free, and the capability is amazing, but you need a lot more coding knowledge. Yes. Absolutely. Zipper, I'm the same way, by the way. I would rather have the consistency. I want to come in knowing that there's going to be improvements to mechanics and all that, which is what we'll do as we progress through the game. We already have plans for each area. Again, I'm not going to give anything away right now or do any spoilers, but there's a lot of mechanics that we're going to build in along the way that's going to let us do this. Yes, Zipper, I expect you to be that smirk. Start some mold. Oh my gosh. Let me go ahead and try to get where we... Oh, fam, I'm glad I looked over. Ads are about to start. So fam, here's what we'll do, or here's how we run ads. We run ads for 3 minutes every hour and get them out of the way. All right, so they're done. So we don't have to deal with them for another hour. So I'm going to start the ads. I'm going to step away. When the ads are done, we will come back and we'll continue to work on this. I'm going to step away actually and grab myself a little something to drink.
Nice.
And stretch my legs real quick. So everybody, please don't go away. And Rico, by the way, we are creating Dick Charming.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
Kira, I just came back and saw that. Thank you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Kira, you and I, by the way, have a lot to catch up on. I have not forgotten. I have a bunch of messages to send over to you. All very wonderful and loving and fun. We get to talk about all kinds of fun stuff. Those are the messages I love to send. As always, fam, I like to take a second here while we are waiting for the ads to wind down. Much love and thank you again to all of our members as well. Credits are scrolling up the left side of the screen at both the beginning of the stream and during BRB breaks. Eventually, we are going to have videos playing as well. Those of you watching on YouTube right now, videos will be playing in there. We're going to keep you entertained while the ads are playing for everybody else. Your name and the color you've chosen. And yes, we are back. Your name and the color you chose. Rico, again, it's good to see you. Welcome in. To answer your question from earlier, we are working on Dick Charming. This is going to be the first character that we fully design for the game and drop into the game. He's going to be animated, of course. I'm going to get his walking animations and all that set. I have to take care of him first to make sure that everything else we build around the characters matches the characters. Art style and all. The art style of the tiles that we bought and everything are a bit more serious, I want to say. So we'll have to do some modifications, but that's fine. That's going to be part of my learning process, and I'm okay with that. I will learn a lot modifying others' arts, which we are allowed to do with that set, as well as creating some new stuff from scratch that we need to, so. Oh, Grethor. Thank you. I will check them out a little bit later. And Kira, thank you again. I really appreciate that. I truly, truly do. Start small, assuming that it's going to grow. So starting smaller prevents the project from getting out of hand. Indeed.
Oh, that's very nice.
Indeed. Absolutely. I could not agree with that more. Actually, fam, while we got this groove playing, I want to check something out. This is the perfect groove to check out some beautiful pictures that are in our Discord right now. They're in the photos. Fam, if you have not had the thrill of checking out our photo section every time Grethur posts pictures from expeditions up in Alaska, you really should. With his permission, I'm going to be taking a couple of these pictures and turning them into art. I love those greens. I live for those blue greens like that. That's insane. Fam, again, if you're wondering what I'm oohing and eyeing over, head on into our Discord. Grethur has just posted some more pictures. From the Alaskan wilderness. Absolutely awesome. When it comes to starting small, you should apply that to all things. Everything becomes manageable if you start small and work your way out. Oh, yes. Indeed. Indeed. All right, fam. Let's take a look here. Again, for those of you wondering, this is Dick Charming that we're working on right now. Now, just for giggles, something else I will show you all. Oh, I don't have. Oh, there it is. Fam, this is the mock-up for Stanton as the mage. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful everybody had great reactions to this when I showed it. I'm glad everybody's laughing. You're supposed to. I need you to hurry up with this tape. You're living for the smart assery. Oh, for the game? Zipper, we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. And one thing that has me really excited about this game overall is that when a team has fun making a game, it shows. So this game it's gonna almost have to be a hell of a lot of fun because we're having so much fun making it. The fact that, again, that I'm gonna be able to use my own art in it, that's a thrill I was not expecting. To be able to take what's actually in my mind and put it on the screen for everybody, it's going to be so much fun. Zipper, I'm glad you're excited for it. Will Lyra just be the top part of her head? Kira, we'll talk about that. It's going to depend on the height of your characters. Like we've already talked about, like mixing half height and full height characters. So honestly, Kira, to answer your question, when it comes to your characters, as long as we stay within the canon, that call's all you. If you want me to do a character that's half height, because these characters will end up, by the way, Kira, these characters will end up being about 3/4 height. So about 1.5 blocks high is what's going to end up happening. Because if you go higher than that, they start clipping into other things and you can't use the tile sets as well. That's why most of the time you'll see that. And it keeps the perspective right too. So what I'm coming around to though, Kira, is a half height character is only going to be about 2/3 the height of a main. So, or I should say a shorter character. So you call it. When we get there, you let me know. It won't be long before we're working on Lyra too, so. Like I'm building a house right now. Starting out, I had an acre and a half of woods with a dirt trail. Now there's a nice driveway leading to a foundation and a decent sized yard. Each step in and of itself is an accomplishment. Yes, Grethor, yes it is. I'm happy as a clam today because I found a Mexican butcher shop and bought fresh pork skins. So good. Oh, indeed. Oh, indeed. Ferret, how are you? It's good to see you, love. Welcome in. Fam, excuse me 1 second. Glad I picked that up before I stepped on it. Elfie, oh my gosh. No worries, love. No worries. And Ferret, you're doing good. Awesome. Ferret, by the way, love, I saw your message. I didn't get a chance to respond yet. I'm sorry it's not the same Richard. That's a new Richard. Well, I should say the Richard icon we used for the intern initiative. I just love how nonplussed he looks. That's the part that does it for me. Okay, and we want to make sure that this is all generally matching where we want it to. Oh, the crying face? Yes. Yes. Fam, by the way, along the lines of what Elfie just said, every character is going to have the same 4 expressions, talking and mouth closed. That will help keep things a little bit easier and manageable too. So all the main characters, just like you saw me, that's actually a process, fam, I developed with the Cyber Companion. So when you saw me animating some of them, same thing. It works much easier to go with 4 that are a little more generic. Now, in Dick's case, every time he goes to cry or whine, he's going to be crying, yeah. Full on crying. Because that's the kind of whiny little character that he is. Ferret, when do you start? All right, fam. Let me go ahead and get the rest of these kind of straightened out here. That actually should be sharp too. That should be smooth. We're going to give it just a slight bend out. And a slight bend out there. Fam, I am so glad I took the time to get this music done. This is really nice to not only work to, but to stream to. I hope you are all enjoying the groove. Gonna have a 4-hour skills test. And then they'll tell you. Gotcha, Ferret. Gotcha. Congratulations on the job, though. That's awesome. Nice. Zipper, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It makes for great background. I actually ran the music hotter again today too, fam, by the way. Music is boosted. I listened to it again. It sounded like it was starting to get a little quiet again. So I raised it up a bit for everybody. I'm waiting for the photos and videos from last Saturday to be finished. While the aurora wasn't spectacular, there was a huge meteor. Oh, nice. The airburst lit the entire valley. Grethor, if you can share that in any way, I would be immensely grateful. Carrie Ann would be over the moon if she could see that. She is an absolute self-proclaimed weather nerd. Loves meteorology. Loves meteorology. Anything like that. Dave, how are you? It is good to see you. Welcome in. Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. It won't be, again, fam, it won't be long before it's available to everybody, too. The music, we'll get it out there. This was meant, all of this lo-fi was meant to be an extra gift on top of all the other music you've already seen me producing. And you've only heard the first 2 albums. There's 4 more albums that are done, fam. I've just got to get them completely mastered, and we'll be good to go. Dave doing fantastic. I get to draw Dick on stream today and say it with a straight face. This is Dick Charming that we're drawing for the game. But Dave, right off the bat, I told everybody, be ready. I'm going to make that joke all day. Okay. I'm going to actually have to convert this to sharp here real quick, because that needs to come down to a point, actually, and come straight down from there. And then right in here, we'll put a smooth node, and then just grab these handles, stretch them out a little bit to get the curve where it needs to be. Now, it's going to have this kind of wonky tail down here, almost like a big long sideburn. It's just how it's going to look, fam, because the other layers are going to end up going over top of it. So the last thing I have to work out, though, is up here. And I'm going to zoom in a bit. I have to do this in a little bit of a funky way. So I've got to make sure that how I set up, I've learned this lesson already, fam. And here's the trick to this. Where you set up the hair swirls, so where it basically dips down. And let me get over a little bit farther so everybody on YouTube can see as well. Put that node basically right where that triangle's got to go up. Because then what it can do is it can pick up off of that and roll with it from there. The other trick, is keep those nodes as sharp nodes so that it comes to a point. That way you can pick up on that point, use the triangle, and go the rest of the way up the hair. And that'll give you your character lines that you need. For this one here, actually, I'm going to go ahead and fix this one first, because that's got to go on the other side. Of where that hair swoop is going to be. And then between those 2 sharper points, we're going to line that up. I'm going to put a smooth node right here. And fam, by the way, for those of you that don't know, it's exactly what those names imply. Sharp brings it to an angle depending on what other nodes are around it. Smooth gives you a rounded effect and also gives you handles where you can adjust the curves. Let's take the background away and see how far we've gotten so far. Actually, not bad. We're actually off to a really good start. I can already see some areas where we'll have to do some fixing, but we'll do that after we do everything else. Wait, anyone here has a straight face? A crowd of smartasses? Pretty much. Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got these two. So the next thing we got to concern ourselves with in terms of layer. Oh, okay. Here's where I'm going to go steal. I'm going to go steal Squirrel's face. Or not Squirrel's face, Arya's face, excuse me. I need to go steal Arya's face. Because Arya has a good starting shape for what we want to do. And that way I won't have to do years of points trying to make that face work. I can just copy it and expand as needed. Okay. Because I did Arya in a little bit of a different, or a little bit of a similar art design. So, let's find that face. I'm going to take with me the face. I'm going to take the, oh, why is it doing that? What did it just do? Oh, I see. Okay. Let me try that again. We're going to take the face, the ear, really, that's it. We're going to take the face and the ear with us. That's pretty much it. And that way I'll already have a bit of a built-in shape. Oh, come on now. There we go. And now you can all see why I wanted to do it this way. I can stretch, adjust the shape, do whatever I need to do. And I already have my basis. Now what I can do is grab this. This is a common trick you can use, fam. And there's a reason it lets you do this. You can move what you're working on below the solid picture if you want to try to bring the proportions in a bit better, which I want to do in this case. It'll still show you your outside lines and how far in they go and all that. What is this thing doing here? Oh, I see. So we're going to have some handles that we'll need to adjust here a little bit, but that's fine. There's actually probably more points on here than needs to be. And for right now, we'll just stay focused on this. Now, the nice thing about up above is that the hair is going to take care of a lot of this. So where I need to start focusing is over on this side. Even though I've got some hair as a catch-all over here, this is where it starts to come down into the face itself. So want to make sure that we follow that curve properly. Is it? Oh, I see what's going on. That handle is so extended. It's the same problem I was running into the other day. Now we can smooth out that curve. We did want a slight bend in for the face there. We'll get this right here. We're going to actually extend that out a little bit. Actually, that's turned. That handle is turned in a direction it shouldn't be going. We'll square off that handle. Oh, I have an interesting situation. Because the ear would have to be over that hair. There we go. Okay. Oh, I see what it did. It made the ear base flesh colored, and it wasn't supposed to do that to that part of the ear. Okay. And our face base is generally okay. Oh, and no black line around the outside of it, though. That's why I'm like, what is going on? There we go. That gets us a little bit farther along. Behold ear, yes. I looked at the video from last night and the Aurora was really good. Oh, but you didn't have a tour for the lack of clients? Oh, Grethor, I'm sorry. I thought of a fun first-time game idea. Oh, now to research engines. And yes, how dare that fleshy ear be flesh-colored? I know. Okay. So I might have to do this. Let's see how I want to handle these layers real quick. Okay. Nope, I kept that pretty much the standard thickness. So I'm going to guess that's just a matter of the hair needing to come over a little bit more, probably. Probably end up doing it that way. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I can't do those sharp points with the outline. Let's see if I can fix this problem, fam. Hang on a second. Wait a second. What did this just do? Oh, what the heck is that? It actually created a new layer that I did not create. All right. So does this mean I'm going to have to... Okay. Sorry, fam. Had to take a second and figure something out real quick. These ones were sharp inside. Okay. New challenge. But we can make that work. We'll get the corners on there later. For right now, though, let me get this back to where it should be, which was about 27. Get that border controlled. You know, if you just look at this, you wouldn't think I was creating Dick Charming. You'd think I was creating Link. All right. Let's see. Do I want... Let me look at my mock-up. Nah, we'll have that whole thing just run right together. Because I can always bring that down to a corner over there too. What I want to make it look like, fam, is that this is just a solid line all the way through here. And then just have that come down to a corner there, which is what it's doing now. So we'll be good there. Okay, let's see if we can get our ear the right shape. I'm going to move that actually back up there for now. A little bit of a bigger ear, but that's not a problem. Now I should be able to, actually I should be able to stretch that out a little bit more. Indeed, fam. We're already off to a really good start. Let me move that back up to the front for right now. And okay. So we got to do those heavy eyes. The eyes run right into the nose, actually. We'll do the eyebrows first because he's looking off to an angle a little bit. Is that from the face? Oh, it is from the face shape. Because that part is supposed to, okay. That part is supposed to cover over. So I might have to do this. Okay. So here's what I got to do, fam. I got to duplicate this layer. And one's got to be over the ear. The other one's got to be under the ear. And then what I can do is grab this eraser real quick. And on that layer, oh, let me get the eraser bigger. That'll help straighten out a lot of that layer. And now I can... that ear actually needs... let me get to the right tool here. Ah, no. Just the outside. Try that again. There we go. Excuse me, fam. All right. Command decision time. I'm going to go ahead and... Why did I do that? Let me look at the mock-up. Oh, no reason. I left it there so I could connect the ear. Okay. Good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. Oh, that's not going to make a difference because the other layer is in the way. So I would have to, in essence, all right, I got to think this through real quick because I've got to connect. What I've got to do is connect the ear to the face. So they're all part of that same group. Ear will need to be on top. Okay. And now I just have to figure out how we do this with the hair. Now, what I would have to do to give these all the same outline, I'm going to have to remove outlines from 3 of these and then do one overall so that the ear will connect properly. So I'm going to go ahead and see about 27 points. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these off for the moment. When the silence tries to break you down, I'll lift you higher. We'll get rid of that one. We're going to take it off of there. And what that's going to let me do is it's going to let me group all these together. Carrie Ann's unsolicited doc pics. Get your wood wet. Hello, love. It is good to see you. Welcome in. I got to run, but have fun with the Smart Ass Game Dev. Indeed. Zipper, thank you so much for checking in. It was good to see you. We'll see you again real soon, all right? Keep us posted on how everything's going. Much love, my friend. Much, much love. Welcome home, love. I am actually streaming with the door open, sharing this heat with the rest of the cold house.
I'm almost impressed.
Fam, we just had a really bad cold snap here. Oh, brr. To say the least. All right, fam. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this all connected. Oh, see, it's not going to let me do that either. And I'm looking at the curve on that now. Well, let me try this first. Let me see what it does. Gonna get into our layer effects. I'm gonna do just a straight up outline. Okay, so that will only go to the outside of the face. So, all right. So I'm going to need to get clever in other ways. Because what I've got to do is I've got to take that out for the time being. What is going on? It's going to look a little weird for a sec here, fam. I just need to get my bearings here real quick. Holy cow. And then over top of that, we need to put that hair. Put the wrong curve up there. Okay. Oh, that gives me a better idea. So we'll have to do this a little bit differently. Let me grab my eraser. We'll see what we need to do. Stop. The house isn't that cold. You're just a warm bug. I must be. Can you share some of that cold weather? It's 78. Can you share some of the warm weather? Kira, I'll trade you. I would much rather be at 78 than almost at freezing. If you want to swap, Kira, let's go. Right now. Is this about 80 for you too? Yeah. Yep, I would take that. 78, 80? Oh, that's beautiful. As a high, beautiful. You bet. Okay. Now I'm going to take this hair. I got to delete the mask that automatically popped up. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting closer. Okay. Now for that curve, I'm going to see if I can return our outline. Okay. Let me do this. Let's see. Okay, now everything there is good. I've just got to take care of this and make sure I don't go overboard. Now, can I do... I'm going to put one more layer up there. Drop that mask. Okay. I had that coming down. Okay. Yeah, the little curve in the hair and then straight down. Oh, and I see what I did. That comes right down into that. Right down into that ear. Usually I can trick this with layers, fam, but not this time. Yeah, we have a small problem here. Only a small one, though. We can work with this. All right. The only real solution here, like I'm going to have to delete this. All right. The only way we're going to make this work properly, we're just going to have to work this around. I can't hide that behind a layer like I'm used to doing. So rather than riding the struggle bus forever, we actually got to convert that to smart real quick. Or not smart. We need to convert that to sharp. That's still. All right, let me see if I can erase some of this magically now. Oh, and oh my gosh, fam. I just realized we have ads coming up. It's 70 there and you have the heaters on. Oh my gosh. All right, fam, hang on. Hang on, we'll catch back up with some of that when I get back. Fam, ads are about to start on Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and step away real quick, just stretch my legs, grab a little something to drink, kiss my wife hello. And when I come back, we're going to continue to work on Dick. Everybody, please don't go away. And little sis, cocoa with marshmallows. Cocoa with marshmallows. All right, fam, we are back. Thank you so much for your patience. Ads are done, and we will not have to deal with them for the rest of the stream. There we go. All right, everybody, I'm going to jump right back out here. We're going to start working on, if my voice will stay in place anyway, I'm going to keep working on Dick Charming. That is our plan. Rico, by the way, cocoa without marshmallows is just brown water. I will challenge the following. Replace your marshmallows. Now, you can have marshmallows too. Replace your marshmallows with vanilla coffee creamer. A scoop of vanilla coffee creamer. It will change everything you know about hot chocolate. Get a good, even a store brand, a good powdered hot chocolate, and then get some vanilla coffee creamer. Store brand is okay. Cremation if you would rather, it's up to you. But put some of that in. A good scoop of hot chocolate and a good scoop of that cremation. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Indeed. No streak notification. Let me see. 60 stream streak, Rico. There is no, yeah. I don't get that in the combined chat. And that is I actually asked. That is they haven't built in the hooks where any of the bots or anybody can hook into it. And right now, there are so many things on Twitch anyway that the bots have been hooking into that it's like, I can't blame them. It's like, oh, here's one more thing coming. I get it. I wish there was a better way, though. Like I was talking about that earlier too, Rico. 3 different chat softwares I've gone through. None of them will show that. So, I wish they would, though. I wish they would show that stuff. All right, anyway. Oh, and I didn't bring the camera down far enough, fam. Hang on a second. I'll fix that, too. I'm like, why am I looking up so high? That's why. Okay. Fam, let's get back into it here. I just feel like there's something I'm missing here with the hair. Like, this should not be that difficult. But I just don't know what I'm missing right now. Oh, that's bending out because, okay, let's straighten some of this out. What matters is what was going to go over top. I actually didn't mean to touch that one. Let me check something out here. When it seems like you're struggling with your shapes a lot, fam, go back and check your shapes and their placement and see if maybe that's what's actually causing the whole problem. Oh, I'm probably just going to have to get, okay. We'll get these two here. I'm going to bring those handles way back, though, because they don't need to be that big. That's just for connecting the head to the ears. I incorrectly thought that I would be able to get away with not being as specific about the face, but I'm not going to be able to do that. That's okay, though. We'll make that square. Actually, I'm going to move in here a little bit. We're going to realign our points here just a touch. Not that that's going to be a big deal. Let's get rid of that, too. Smooth one right in the middle just to pull that little curve out for the hair. Same thing with this one. I'm going to need to make this one sharp, which means we're going to have to rely more on that curve. Pull that one out, which is fine. This I can actually put a smooth node right here. We'll pull that down. And I'm going to need the same thing here. With better placed handles and certainly much smaller ones, this one's going to have to go to sharp. We're going to bring this one in with that curve. And bring this up just a touch. Now we're going to take this one. We'll make that sharp again because we're going to come to an angle.
The ballad of Dick Charming. A mighty foe came to the rift, squeaking and oinking. He zoomed across the land, treating everyone like a plaything.
All right, I'm going to put another curve here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually go, because that is a pretty darn straight line. Actually, I'll leave it curved because if I go too straight with that, it's going to look unnatural. All right.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
And Sarge, thank you so much. 85 months. Thank you so much for the continued support. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And no, I will argue it does not. For starters, Dick does not have a ripping beard. Right off the bat, doesn't look like you. I will be creating a character that does look like you very soon, though. How are you? Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Sarge, how are you doing? It's going to be 2D, Justin. It's going to be top-down. Top-down RPG. And Justin, welcome back, by the way. I'm sorry I missed your message a little bit earlier. Well, Dick Charming isn't exactly plussed about going on this mission to begin with, so... All right. Let's see if the ear is now properly connected. I'm going to go ahead, remove that out of there. Okay. All right. And then what I'm going to do is take that top hair right there. Am I on the right one? Yes. Make that disappear. And now I think we just need to bring these curves in line with the others. And we'll be good to go. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of extra thickness out there on purpose, fam. Just for a little bit of extra shadow in there. The other thing we've got going on up here, this has to be brought in line. And what I'll do to help keep that relatively smooth is I'll bring that actually into there. And I'm going to bring a little bit of that out there. I'm going to actually bring a little bit of that back because that's a little heavy for that corner. There we go. Hair problem is taken care of. Not the way I usually like to do it, fam. I like to use the layers and all that and let that kind of break off the borders. But this time, too much trickiness around the ear that we had to work with. So that's not going to be a problem. So Twitch is trying to discourage people from canceling or changing subs with an interesting offer. What are they doing, Sarge? I have not been clued into this. I'm going to bring this down just a touch. Actually, I got to really zoom in on this to make sure I'm matching things up properly. Okay, that's actually good. And I'm watching these curves right here, fam. I think what we'll do is we'll just simply work on giving him more hair.
Nuts, 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 nuts.
And a lot of what's going on with the hair now, we'll be able to fix that with some character lines when we add in. Okay. Add in our extra arrow there. We'll have another arrow we'll add in down there. A little bit of extra shading under here. Okay. We're good. Now we start to get to the fun stuff, fam. The mouth and everything else. And then we can start to start dialing it in after that. We'll do the, fam, just like with the other characters. We're going to do the bust first. And then we'll get to the body and animation and everything else. So, you know, I did 6 months on tier 2 in September. I was going to go back to tier 1. But Twitch says, as long as you're in the top 1% of tier 2 subscribers, If you stay at tier 2, we'll give you a 30% discount for the next 2 months. So, Sarge, top 1% for that streamer? Is that what we're talking about? Or top 1% across Twitch? Oh, top 1% for that streamer. And since streamers have a lot fewer tier 1 and or tier 2 and tier 3, it's a lot easier to stay in that category for just about any streamer. Interesting that they're doing that. Okay, so that's actually just below wherever the face goes. Ah, okay. That was actually very helpful. Okay, very cool. All right, so we've got that relatively taken care of. Actually, I'm wondering, can I adjust this a little bit with...
Oh, Claiborne friend, my steadfast bed. Oh, Claiborne friend, they smash you all and leave me dread. They smash you all and leave me dread.
So that's how that one would ride if I... Okay.
My soul does cry.
Let me just put that back where it was.
I wail to the sky.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay. On to the fun stuff.
From pots we are born, to shards we return, and still I guard the last at my feet.
Oops. Meant to set that up as a line and then switch over to that. I think you can do a tier 2 a little longer. At that discount? Yeah, I guess so. Sarge, thank you, by the way. Both for that and for the info. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, his frown and smirk are going a little bit off to the side like that.
With fire. But when the shards fall once again,
What the pluck you my pots of destiny.
I can already tell, fam, this is going to be the most nonplussed character I have ever made in the history of ever. Okay, nose-wise, let's see, we're going to go a little bit straight down there and then right around. Yeah, it'll be better to put the nose in first. So we'll go there. I'm going to grab the pen tool real quick. I'm going to actually go right to the top of this eyeball. Oh, I was on the wrong tool. That's why. I'm like, why is this not working right? There we go. There we go. Okay, let me see if that did what I wanted it to do. It did not.
Daylight skies, they fade away. Digital schemes in shadows lay.
Start getting our rounded curves back in there so we can actually make this a nose. And I'll have a little bit of shading I need to deal with too, but one thing at a time. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Okay. Basic nose has been done. Let's get those. Okay. Might end up making those eyes slightly more rounded, but let's see. Let's at least get placeholders in there. I need a half circle. Or a segment, more specifically.
Pixels crackle in the air we breathe. Digital hearts out on our sleeve.
Okay, let's see. Can I mirror it? Nope. Looks like I'll just have to spin it around. Okay. Which is fine.
Each passing day grows. Our minds can't help but overflow.
Oh, why won't it let me? Come on. Let me try that way. That'll work. We're going to just stretch some of that a little bit. It no longer says ad-free viewing. It now says ad-free viewing with limited exceptions. They might have, Sarge, they might have changed that, though, because it is still within the streamer's prerogative to run ads even to subscribers. Now, it is something, I know we've talked about this on stream before. This is something I would never do. I think one of the big benefits of subscribing to a streamer is that you don't have to deal with the ads. I think that's supposed to be part of the idea. But I think that's why they do that, Sarge. I don't think that's anything necessarily they're planning. I could be wrong. Okay, but I think it's more because, again, as individual streamers, we can still control that. Even if somebody buys a subscription, if we wanted to, again, I would never do this. But if we wanted to, we could still run ads. I will say it again, not this big bald streamer, but to each their own. I will not, as you all know, judge or otherwise. Everybody has different circumstances. And certainly different reasons for doing things.
I saw the signs you slipped away. Each word was colder every day. I begged for truth, I reached, I stayed.
Okay, I think that's about as close as I'm going to be able to get with this.
Where we once
And I need to be able to convert that into...
said go. And so I burned
Oh, actually, let me do this first.
the bridge we built. The lesson learned.
That way we can at least start to get the eyes proper.
I closed that door. And I won't
And I need to...
back no more.
Where is my... there it is. Oh, I'm already on the node tool. Excellent. So we just need to click this to convert it to curves. Okay, with that side I can pretty much follow it. Let me get rid of this background and see what we got going on.
Close while you withdrew. Still try to see the
Okay, that generally gets us in a good spot. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this.
but venom hides behind a friend.
Because we will also need one for...
Kindness shattered in the end.
this one. This is the right eye. And this is the left eye. Fam, as you hear me say continuously, and you'll always hear me say it, make sure you label every layer. Any artist who's ever had to go back to a document that has 50 layers in it will tell you. They were grateful they labeled it, for sure. I'm hoping that's the only reason for the change in phrasing. The only case where I could even consider it is if you leave the stream running overnight in a streaming idle game. For example, a lot of streamers do that with overnight bloop and marbles because, oh, they're not really missing any content anyway. Yeah, I get that. Where is... there we go.
You said go, and so I burned. The light, the thread, the page I turned. I did what you asked, no looking back. Now all that's left is endless black.
There we go. Now we're starting to get there. I wish I did that with my CCG. I look back at the code and go, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The coding classes that I took really early on, Sarge, that was one of the first things they drove into us. You got to label every single thing. And I did that right off the get-go. That's actually where I picked up those habits. And I can't tell you, like when I had to go in last week and wipe a whole bunch of stuff out of the bot, like when I was cleaning it out and doing the optimization pass, oh man, was I grateful I had everything labeled. I knew exactly what to delete, what not to delete. I was proud of myself for once. Let's go ahead and get our little pupils in here too, fam. I am not sure what that's doing. Is it trying to... Oh. I see what it's trying to do, and that's not what we want. We don't need an outline. We do want it black in the center, at least for right now. Jump back to the mock-up, just generally get things in place for now. That should keep them about the same size. I'm going to grab that. This is the one for the left eye. I'm going to paste the second one in. That one's going to go over to the right eye. Oh my gosh. All it needed was those pupils. That was all it needed. The attitude comes right out. The attitude comes right out. Oh man. There it is. That's, oh wow. All right, let's get my, let's see if we can't get our eyebrows straightened around here. We're going to need to get some extra thick lines in there too, but one thing at a time. Let's see here. Wow, does he look mad? Okay, let's get our placeholder eyebrows in place, fam. We'll do that next. These ones are going to be... I'll use the triangles because I know what I need to do here. I'd say the trapezoids, but those have to come down to a point pretty much. We'll use the triangles. Now, because it's going to force it this way no matter what. Better to just start off this way, and then I'm going to go ahead and spin it 90 degrees. We'll get it just generally in place for now. Just like so. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to convert that to a curve, fam. Oh, fam, we looped back around the playlist. We're back to our morning lo-fi. Hopefully over the next couple of days, fam, I'll be able to get more tracks put in. We shall see. We shall see. They are ready. It's just a matter of how quickly I can process them. I'm going to go ahead. Is that converted to curves already? No, not yet. There we go. Now it is. Now what this is going to allow me to do, now that I've got the general shape, I'm going to put another square up here. Or do I maybe bring that? I have a better idea. Let's bring this to a point, fam. We'll convert these to smooth. We'll keep that point at the end, though. I want to keep that point right at the end of that eyebrow. Sarge, did I show you what Stanton looks like as Demage, by the way? Did you get to see that or no? If not, I should really show you that mock-up. Because you will get a laugh out of it. Everybody else did. I was laughing this morning when I finished it. You have not yet? You have not seen it as of yet? Okay. Let's fix that. Sarge. Here's what Demage is going to look like. Can't you just feel the smartassery dripping off of him? That's Stanton as Demage, love. That is Stanton as Demage. He put on his wizard robe and his teacup hat. Yes. Yes. I started working on the mock-ups and all that, and I'm like, okay, we're going to make it look like Stanton. But Stanton has a really big head, and we've got to animate this properly, so he needs a little wizard's hat. Done. So yeah, that's the mock-up. That's not how he's going to ultimately look. That's the mock-up, of course, but yeah. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with that character. Oh my gosh. And I actually did some of that because Demage is the second one I've got to do. Sarge, if he's got a small head, it means he doesn't have to compensate for anything. That's our man Stanton. Ulrich, exactly. Behold the wizard. Ulrich, how are you? It's good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ulrich, awesome. Good to see you again. Welcome in. We're actually designing the first video game character. We're designing Dick Charming. Okay, now, so I can keep this relatively consistent, I am going to take that layer. I'm going to simply duplicate it. Okay. It is now under layer arrange. I actually move this so I can just flip this horizontally. I'm going to bring this over here. Now, eyebrow number 2 has a bit of a longer perspective. So I'm going to just stretch out that eyebrow to length, and then we're going to jump into the node tool. Okay, this one I'm going to convert to smooth so we can get a little bit more of that angle. then I should be able to bring that down a bit. Bring this down a bit. And that keeps us a whole lot more in line. And that will allow me to still oops. Come on, I'm not trying to grab that. Let me get that out of there. I am trying to grab that node right there, not pull that so far out. Because I want the eyebrow to have a little bit. Curve, okay. Let's get rid of this background once again. Okay. Looking at both eyebrows, and I had a feeling this was going to happen. Looking at both eyebrows, I am going to go ahead and convert this one over and do pretty much the same thing. And we'll just bring that over a little bit. See if I can get a little bit of a better curve on that eyebrow. We've actually come a long way today, fam, with this. We've gotten a lot done today. I'm digging it. I think what I'm going to do, now I'm going to do this in reverse. I'm going to just take this eyebrow here and shorten it. So this one, I will take this layer once again and flip it over. Let's see. Arrange. Oh, I'm not on the right tool. Arrange. Flip horizontal. Now I'm going to leave that other eyebrow there because I want it there kind of as a placeholder for me. Yeah, much better. Much better. I think that's it's a little too thick there though. I need to maybe just shrink it down a touch. Why is it doing that funky thing with the curve now? Oh, that's right, because the other eyebrow's underneath it. That's right. So if I get that one out of there, oh, yeah. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Once I get those darker lines up top here, too, we'll have a better idea as well. Got to make his eyes a bit darker yet. Like he's ready to complain almost the entire time. Rectangle tool, there we go. Bald Man dinner will be done at 5 p.m. All right. Thank you, love. I appreciate it. General came into my room. Sarge, what are you watching? Why? I just heard him say, let's stretch that out to length. And both want to know and don't know. Tell him, Sarge, tell him the truth in this case. Want to get him? Tell him the truth. Tell him you're watching Jamie live on stream right now drawing a dick. And that's why he's using phrases like change the length and connect the dots. And there you go. There you go. All right, let's see if we have enough time to get. Oh, that's true, Sarge. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. But in this case, it's not a cyber companion. In this case, it's Dick Charming. The good news, Sarge, either way, you get to make all the jokes. All of them. You know what? Let me do this another way. We're going to want rounded for this. Absolutely digging this groove, fam. Very excited for this new music. Goes really well. I'm glad you all have been enjoying it too. I had high hopes that you would. Let's see if we can get this to pretty much level out here too. First, I want to make sure I've got it on about the same level. I get the feeling, okay. I was going to say, I get the feeling that that's got to be a little bit lower. How far down did I put that one? Let me see. Okay, so that was a little bit above the bass. Just by a few. Pretty much right down to that one. Now we just have to size it properly. Okay, good. I didn't move the face to the side at all. All right, let's see if I can. We're going to give this one little bit of a snooze here, fam. We're going to snooze the ads here for just a second because I just want to get a final beat on this. And see if I can square off those eyes a little bit better too. Yeah, definitely not trying to give him crazy eyes, so. But yeah, it's definitely so far so good. We have a ways to go yet, fam, but very happy with what we've got. Very happy with what we've got. All right, everybody. Let me jump up to the big screen. Fam, that is enough dick for today, but we will be back. Tuesdays are now going to be our game dev days, fam. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, of course, I will have little sis with me, and we're going to be working on art together. I am going to be going back to the overlays, but I'm going to be coming in, fam, with a fresh plan. Those of you that were with us on Sunday, I took a little ride on the struggle bus. The plan that I thought I had solid in my mind that I thought we could actually execute rather quickly was not working the way I intended it in my mind at all. So I did go back to the drawing board. I put some fresh, quick sketches together, and now putting these overlays together the rest of the way isn't going to take us long. I'm hoping that I'll have it done actually by the end of the week. If by the end of tomorrow's stream, actually, we haven't made more progress, I'll probably do an extended stream on Friday just to get some more of that done, basically. On Thursday, fam, I will be off now. We are not streaming on Thursdays anymore. Thursdays are one of my days for writing, and actually on this Thursday, I'm going to be doing a lot of game script writing. I have a lot of notes all over the place that I'm going to be putting together. There's a master document that Kara, Elfie, and I share. And we're going to start writing the script actually this week together. And I have a pile of ideas that I'm going to dump in there to kind of help feed that along. Once we get our script done, we can get the rest of our art list together, and then I can put a call out for artists. So everything's in process, fam. It's just a matter of when we get there. What we're going to do now is we're going to go and see who we can go share this love with, fam. I'm going to actually go look for one of our friends in the game dev field, and let's see who we can go say hi to. Oh, okay. It's been a little bit since we went over there and said hello anyway. Fam, we're going to raid into Ear End, who is doing game dev right now. And the title, Small Man Makes UI Less Stable, so it's more fun at parties. Let's go see what they're up to, fam. They were very nice to us the last time we raided in. Let's see if we can have another fun experience when we get over there. Now, fam, once again, fam, let me do this real quick. I'm going to set us up properly. Let me drop the raid calls in chat, fam, but hang on. Because we can't really use those yet, or use those right now. So give me a second. I meant to fix that, and I forgot. I am sorry. Jeez, this thing is being a little bit crazy right now. Let's see if this actually works, fam. There we go. That's what the new raid call is supposed to be, everybody. Right there. So if you are subscribed, please use that one. If you are not subscribed, please use the one with the rockets. Those have the emotes that are available to everybody. All right, fam. Let me go ahead, and I'm going to go set this back up now. All right. Perfect. All right, everyone. Raid has begun. One more time, thank you all so much for being here. So much love to all of you. I'll be seeing you all again tomorrow, starting at 2 p.m. with Little Sis. Well, no, we won't be sooner because we have our meeting tomorrow. So 2 p.m. But until that time comes, please, fam, stay safe, stay healthy, and know that a big, bald, goofy comedic artist loves you dearly from the bottom of his heart. Take care, everybody, and please have an absolutely amazing night. I love all of you.